The substitutes. Well, now John Holsworth sees his fellow touch judge. So Mackay for Lindner and Lazarus for maybe one of the front rowers. It looks like Steve Roach. Bob Fulton might also be keen to rest Roach now that he's had an exchange with Neil. He mightn't want anything to happen late in this game. The crowd getting unhappy with this long pause in play. Chris Johns has gone sideline. So Australia will be making a whole heap of replacements. Connolly makes it to 11 metres out as Roach leaves the field. 30 points to 4 Australia over St Helens.
And St Helens with it down on their own line as Mann brings it up. And would you believe it that Chris Johns is now running around the back of the field to try and get on the field and knock on from St Helens. There he is. He started on one side of the field. He's gone round the back behind the in-goal area. Now he's gone to the far touch judge to try and get on.
Now he can't help him get on.
Chris Johns trying to get on. Alan Langer says, hold on a second, I won't put this ball on until Chris gets on. Michael Hancock comes on. Chris Johns comes off, I should say. Chris Johns comes on. Bronco for Bronco. And that must be against an Australian hand in the scrum. Now the signal's more clear. Against Australia for back chatting. March 10 metres. St Helens through Vivas, kicking for touch. Back towards the halfway line. Bailey to Mann. Mann comes at Daly, does well, got away, but Daly came again and crunched him into the ground with the help of Mackay. 10 metres St Helens side of halfway. Here's Connor. Groves, gee, hasn't he had a mighty game for St Helens? And this fellow hasn't stopped trying either. Neil, just inside St Helens territory. Cooper, crossfield, he finds Rapati. Rapati taken by Walters and also Lazarus. Still the referee hasn't called hell. Groves, Vivas, Bailey, Ward out amongst the backs. Comes back on the inside. Sirinen comes at him. Got the pass to Vivas. On it went to Conley. That looked forward as Conley gets to the halfway line. Conley on the outside of Eddinghausen. Back inside to Quirk. Quirk with the quarter line. Quirk puts the kick in. Belcher under no real pressure. Gets it back into the field of play with a real touch of class. It wasn't that good to watch the way Conley came bursting into the line to give Quirk a shot at scoring his second try. Mackay just out from the Australian line. Lazarus takes it up. First touch since he's been on the field. Cartwright goes straight at Cooper. Goes straight through. Can't get that pass away to Langer. Incorrect play of the football against Cartwright. Well, there's one thing I've got to say about Mr. Holdsworth. He is very inconsistent in that area. Neil takes it ahead. Can face the wrong goal line, but he can't kneel down. Groves. This is Mann. Mann's almost through. Back it comes to Groves, the busy little hooker. He's been everywhere. Finds Vivas. Vivas throws it. This time it's Ward. Ward straightens up. Bella's there. 20 metres out from the Australian line. Cooper. Cooper goes straight down the centre. 13 metres out, right in front of the Australian goalpost. Dwyer. Wasn't sure. Well, he didn't quite know what was on, did he? Nor did anyone else. He almost snuck through. Little knock on in there, I think the referees ruled. The scrum will go down just 10 metres out from the Australian goalposts. Greg Alexander stretching to come on. The whiz kid who had such an outstanding final series and had such a good tour in 1986, playing mainly for the midweek team. And Langer comes off and Greg Alexander comes on for Australia. And the crowd very appreciative in their applause of this little man, Alan Langer. They're probably just as hopeful that they're going to see some skills, some gifted skills from the man who's replaced him. Back to the quarter line comes Lazarus. Lazarus did well. And a good tackle, too, over the top. Bailey very much involved in that, along with Mann. Bella takes it up strongly. Just outside the quarter line. Daly under pressure from Bailey, but he's still got his kick in. And it's a monumental kick. The touch judges come on. Something happened after Daly put his kick in. He was certainly tackled, but I'm not sure what happened after that. The touch judge is in and the crowd roared, so I can only think that Daly must have retaliated.
Well, I think it's going to go against St Helens, but I don't believe there was much in it. He was certainly entitled to put as much pressure as he wanted to. There was very little in that against Mark Bailey. Really was a tough call by the touch judge.
Well, if that's all it was for, that's stupid, because that was what I saw, and when the crowd roared, I must admit I thought Daly must have been retaliating. It's going to be a penalty to Australia, right down the other end of the park where Conley took that ball. Bailey, the offender.
Australia now. Walters for Alexander. Belcher. Daly, good hands. McGaw likewise for Chris Johns. But the pass has been ruled forward by Holdsworth. So on the first tackle, it comes apart for Australia as again they show their great hands out wide. Daly and McGaw took the tackle, leapt into the tackle to unload out wide for Johns. Bailey. Taken by Daly and forced back 9 metres out from his own line. So a very impressive start, Ben, for Australia. Well, some problem sideline with Ben Elias. We'll try and get back to him. Sirenen struggles with Connor. Now Neal, taken by Lazarus. Kevin Ward, a stronger second half from him. Groves hasn't stopped trying. Quirk, Eddinghausen and Meninga throw him into a line of photographers. Somebody should get danger money down there. It's a very short sideline to the crowd here at Knowsley Road. Just look out here for one of the photographers. Crash. There's a whole wall of them there. The crowd showing their support. Haggerty takes the field, and Jonathan Neal has played strongly in the front row. He takes his seat on the bench, picked up beautifully by Daly. Belcher, great timing. They mightn't get Belcher, they do. One-on-one, the two fullbacks. Mackay. About 8 metres out. Alexander, Lazarus got it away as he was falling. Floated out for Eddinghausen to try and get to the corner again. Eddinghausen is into touch. Well, he looked to take the corner post, more so than going into touch. The replay, well, the touch judge said he took the sideline. I thought it was the corner post. St Helens through Dwyer come away. Bobby Fulton looking comfortable with his first up match. 30 points to 4. Remember back, I mentioned earlier at the start of this match, 32 to 8 4 years ago, the 86 Kangaroos. A similar scoreline here against St Helens. They've only added 8 points since half-time, Australia. Kevin Ward. Nearly broke the line. He was looking for support. Dwyer, little chip ahead, but Alexander's waiting. Look at that acceleration. He's got Meninga inside. Meninga's going to come back to Knowsley Road with a double on game 1 of the Kangaroo Tour. But Greg Alexander, the speed that he showed, Meninga just bleeding from a slight cut. The little chip ahead, the Just G's replay, Alexander was there waiting, just watching put the foot down here. round the outside of Quirk, back in field for Meninga, and Meninga easily got across the line. Quirk tried to make up some lost territory, but that's difficult to make on a man like Alexander and also a man like Meninga that close to the line. Not a good day for Meninga try-scoring, goal-kicking-wise, I should say, but he gets a double as skipper of the Kangaroos, leading the way today in the tour opener.
Now Meninga scores the try. There he is, blood pouring from the left eye. And Greg Alexander becomes Australia's third goal kicker, and he too misses. Well, it's almost Parks revisited. Australia leads St Helens 34 points to 4. He hasn't been good, but I don't think that's really going to worry Bob Fulton too much.
No, it's not a major concern at this moment. I think you have to be very happy with everybody that's taken the field. The 17 players have been very impressive, and an overall performance by Australia has probably been very hopeful in Bobby Fulton's eyes.
Well, on Thursday night in Sydney, Australia takes on Wakefield Trinity. Benny, you'll be captaining that side. How's it been training?
Well, we've been training very well. You know, it's been a very hard week for us right throughout for the whole 28 players, but our preparation's been first class.
And you can see that game exclusive on 10 on Thursday night, and then, of course, next Monday night, one of the real glamour club matches of the tour when Australia takes on Wigan. All exclusive, of course, to the 10 network as Alexander brings it up, quick hands to Daly, on it goes to Meninga, but the pass was just a little bit below Andrew Eddinghausen's hands. Eddinghausen smiles. He was almost set for try number 4. Here's Daly, Meninga, and you'll see it just in front of Eddinghausen, otherwise it would have been number 4. So Andrew Eddinghausen will be very happy with his performance today. Bailey, Cooper on the run around. Conley taken by Meninga. As now it comes to Rapati, back towards the centre of the field. Stands, delivers to Vivers. Vivers to the halfway. Conley's up okay after being creamed by Meninga. And now St Helens, well, in fact, this has been one trait about the game that we have to comment on. Benny, there's hardly been an injury in the match.
No, it's a credit to both sides' fitness. You know, I think both sides are very fit at this time of the year, and I think that's a result of the limited injuries on the field today, Dave.
That's Vivers down tackled, who's down receiving the attention. She came back on the inside. Johns went low. And here's Mark McGaw, one of the best defenders in the game over the top. And I think he might have just got accidental knees in the back. There was certainly nothing malicious in the tackle. As he gets up to play the ball. And here's Connor, who came on as the replacement just into the second half. Australia convincing winners in this opening tour match, which will certainly give them a lot of heart. Cartwright and Alexander involved in the tackle on Mann, who plays it forward. Alexander's offside. The referee says play on, as Haggerty has taken ball and all by Lazarus, but he flicked it out the back. He's got the ball away a couple of times as Kevin Ward takes it back to the halfway. Cartwright and Walters provide plenty of attention. Bailey looks for support. Vivers, well, he certainly recovered well enough. Here's Mann. Mann down the centre, he's got support. Haggerty gets it away. This is Groves. He pushes Dwyer away. Back to Vivers. Vivers went looking on the outside for his winger, Quirk, but he's not there. Quirk comes in to assist him as Eddinghausen started to push him towards that touchline. On the quarter line, last tackle against St Helens. Cooper comes back on the inside and taken well, ball and all by Brad Mackay. And that is the first handover of the match. Only a few minutes to go. Australia's opening match of this 17th Kangaroo Just Jeans Tour. 34-4. Alexander, Daly. Almost got the pass away, but the referee's going to rule obstruction, I think. Yes. They're very keen on that rule over here. Benny, aren't they? In 86, there were a lot of problems with the obstruction rule.
Yes, they certainly are, and I just wish it to go both ways.
Fair comment. St Helens down on their quarter line. Cooper, long pass. Bailey, here's Mann. Oh, pushed Alexander out of the road as if he wasn't there. Back to Vivers. Vivers finds Haggerty coming down the centre. And the real hard man of St Helens got it away to Conley. Loose ball scrum to go down just outside the quarter line. Here it is again. Ball coming back to Conley, who really did find his confidence in this second half. Penalty goes Australia's way. Dwyer must stay in the scrum until the ball comes out. That's what he's ruled. Pointing to his head. Bernard Dwyer runs back to position. The Australians to kick for touch in the closing moments of this opening tour match. The 4X Kangaroos coming away with a good win, and I dare say a fair bit of the sponsors' product will be freely consumed this evening. Bella takes it up. And what a job it is to choose the Just Jeans man of the match. There's been so many stars in this side for Australia today. Walters, Lazarus. Lazarus throws the dummy, goes on his own. Just inside St Helens territory. Australia keen to put on another one. He didn't play that very well. Alexander, here's Cartwright. Cartwright can't get the pass away. He's held up. Well, gee, the St Helens team have done their homework on him. As the siren goes in the background, and the end of a very entertaining opening match with the Just Jeans